lesson 175.
Grande, pequeño.
Okay, in the last lesson we learned about caliente, which only has two forms. There is no masculine and feminine form. There's just singular and plural. And so now in this lesson we have another similar word, and that's grande, right, Antonio?
That's correct, Bill. Grande is going to be the same for both genders.
So any noun that is singular, whether it's masculine or feminine, is going to be modified by grande, and any noun that's plural, regardless of if it's masculine or feminine, will be modified by grandes. Is that correct?
That's correct, Bill.
Okay. And we'll get lots of practice with this in the example sentences.
In Spanish, there are several ways of saying small. One is pequeño, the one we're learning in this lesson, and there's another way, chiquito. Chiquito is a very common way of saying small also in Spanish, but the more normal one is pequeño.
So chiquito would have four forms: chiquito, chiquita, chiquitos, and chiquitas.
That's correct.
Okay, let's look at our exercises together. In number 1, tú tienes says you have. Esa casa grande says that big house. Pero means but. Nosotros tenemos means we have. And esta casa pequeña means this small house. So number 1 will say, you have that big house, but we have this small house. In number 2, we have the pronoun él, which means he. So él tiene will say he has. Then we have una casa, which means a house. And the word house, the word casa, has two adjectives describing it. Grande, which means big or large, and hermosa, which means beautiful. So a good English translation for this would be, he has a large and beautiful house. We just put both adjectives in front of the word house because that's typically the way we would order the words in an English sentence. And number 3, mi perro tiene means my dog has. And then we have una cama pequeña, that means a little bed. Perro means but. And then él quiere means he wants. Dormir is an infinitive that means to sleep. En mi cama means in my bed. Conmigo means with me. And todas las noches means every night. So number 3 will say, my dog has a little bed, but he wants to sleep in my bed with me every night. In number 4, mi gato es says my cat is. Muy pequeño means very little or very small. Then we have a me gusta type of statement. The subject of this area of the sentence is the word beber. That's an infinitive that means to drink. Leche caliente means hot milk. Gusta is the verb. That's third person singular. And le means to him, to her, or to it. So literally, this second part of the sentence might say something like this. To drink hot milk is pleasing to him. But it will really say he likes to drink hot milk. So number 4 altogether will say this. My cat is very small, and he likes to drink hot milk. In number 5, mi hermana no quiere means my sister does not want. Then we have este carro pequeño. That means this small car. Then we have ella quiere, that means she wants. Ese carro grande means that big car. So number 5 will say, my sister does not want this small car. She wants that big car. In number 6, we have a me gusta type of statement. The subject is the word carros, that means cars. And in front of it we have estos, which means these, and viejos, which means old. Notice how estos, carros, and viejos all agree with one another in number and gender. So estos, carros, and viejos together will say these old cars. The verb is gustan. Me means to me, and so does a mí. That also means to me. And then the word no is here to negate the me gusta statement. So number 6 might literally say something like this. These old cars are not pleasing to me. But we'll really translate it like this. I do not like these old cars. In number 7, El Señor Jones means Mr. Jones. Está means is. Comprando means buying. Una casa nueva means a new house. And hoy means today. So number 7 will say, Mr. Jones is buying a new house today. In number 8, esos huevos means those eggs. Están is the verb. So esos huevos están will say those eggs are. Muy calientes means very hot. The word calientes here is a predicate adjective. It's describing the word huevos. Therefore, it has to be in agreement with the word huevos in number and in gender. And furthermore, esos agrees too. Esos, huevos, and calientes are all plural and masculine. In number 9, yo como means I eat. Frutas literally means fruits, but in English, it's common for us to say fruit, so we might just translate it as fruit, and then todas las mañanas means every morning. So number 9 will say, I eat fruit every morning. In number 10, yo veo means I see. The direct object here is the word mujer, that means woman. And since the direct object is a human being, we need to put the personal a in front of it. So yo veo a una mujer will say, I see a woman. Okay, the word mujer has an adjective along with it, hermosa. So mujer hermosa will say beautiful woman. In el banco, probably the best way to translate that is at the bank. And todas las semanas will say every week. So number 10 will say this, I see a beautiful woman at the bank every week.